playing standard rep, it's really easy to become so familiar with the pieces that you forget what's actually there on the page. And in the vast majority of cases in these standard rep pieces, the composers have given you most of what you need to know right there on the page. The Sulek Sonata Vox Gabrieli is no different. Most of what you need to know is right there in the title. Vox Gabrieli means the voice of Gabriel, and the Gabriel that we're talking about is specifically the angel Gabriel, one of two named angels. He is found in the Bible, in the Quran, and is very important in Christianity, in Judaism, and in Islam. In most traditions, Gabriel is known as the messenger of God, sometimes bringing good news, happy news, and at other times signaling the apocalypse and the end of the world. There's tons of that kind of imagery in this piece. At times, as the trombonist, you have to sing with all the authority and majesty and complexity of an angelic being, and then at other times you're soft and sweet and accessible. And then at other times it seems like the world is crashing down around you. The key is to be able to hone those characters and then make those character shifts as you progress through the piece. Because of an interesting little quirk in history, the trombone actually has a really long and rich association with sacred music, and specifically being kind of the instrument of the angels or the instrument of God. When Martin Luther translated the Hebrew and Greek Bible into German, when he got to the word shofar, which was the word for like a Jewish ram's horn, he translated that as posauna, the German word for trombone. When the King James scholars translated that same word, they translated it as trumpet. And so in the English-speaking world, we often think of angels playing trumpets or using trumpets to announce the apocalypse. But in the German-speaking world and in many other countries that were influenced by the German-speaking world, the instrument that they think of angels playing and announcing the apocalypse is the trombone. And there's a lot of influence of that narrative in this piece. Knowing that history that we have as trombonists really influences the musical decisions that you're going to make. And it's the starting point that I have for all my students when they study this piece. You need to know that history and know that cultural context so that you think about, okay, what sound do I want to make? What does it actually mean to be the voice of Gabriel? Of course, in order to bring across the character of this piece, there are some technical considerations. First and foremost, you're going to have to count really, really well. Make sure that your triplet game especially is on point, and you need to know the piano part because it's extremely rhythmically complex, especially at the beginning and the end of the piece. Keeping a steady pulse and making sure that you're counting really well will help it stay together so that you can sound like the voice of Gabriel. And of course, any piece with 5 flats in the key signature means a lot of fifth position. So make sure that you practice getting out there past the bell so that as you're performing the piece, it's not at the forefront of your mind and you're not worried about it. Another crucial element in bringing across the character of Gabriel in this piece are the articulations and slur groupings that Sulek wrote. He wrote a great diversity of those into the piece, and if you will pay attention to those already on the page, you'll bring across the size and the long lines and all the different lengths of notes that Gabriel can sing.